Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Braemar Arena, the Section 2AA semifinals. One of the best days you can ever have in high school hockey. Semifinal Saturday. It's the Edina Hornets and the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars as they will be facing off here. You get a good look at the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Big winners by a score of 6-1 over the Chanhassen Storm. And the Edina Hornets really cruised to victory by a score of 15-1 over the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles, the counterparts here to the Jags. The Jags enter this one 7-16-3. Had a tough start to the season as they were 0-8-2 in their first 10. They're 7-8-0 overall since then and have come off that nice solid victory there. Along with Andrew Neal and I'm Pete Wagner. And Andrew, you know, it's got that vibe and that feel right here at Braemar Arena.
It does. It's a special time of year. These Saturdays, as you know, Wags, a busy day. 2 games here at Braemar and 2 more over at Big because both these teams won their opening round matchups. They play here at Braemar, and Edina gets the home game here in the semifinals.
And we're underway. The one thing we're going to know about the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, Mr. Nealon, as always, the Powder Blues can flat out skate.
They sure can. They've got plenty of good talent on the front line. As we take a look, Colin Hernan leading them with 32 points, 22 goals. John Lindquist with 32 points himself this year.
John Lindquist, of course, son of Coach Jeff Lindquist. Now it's going to be Hurley out of the corner. He's going to play back in behind for Jordahl as he pins up with the Jaguars' Jack Graves to the line. Oh, and on goal, and Grant Martins makes the save. He enters the contest 6-9-1 on the season with a 3.31 goals against average, an .884 save percentage. Has one shutout, that against Bloomington Kennedy. Meanwhile, for the Edina Hornets, you see the combination of Walker and Reno, number 5 and number 14. Very solid addition, to say the least. Lear along with Louie Nanny. There's a shot that buzzes through. Cullen Munson joins them up front as it's going to be Hatch back over for Nelson for the Edina Hornets as they transition at center. That's going to be played back through across the line and back into center ice by Jack Weiss. Down goes the official. That's 1-0 officials. No call on the play. Louie Nanny outlets right wing side for Lear. I like the combination of Nanny and Lear. They're both smart players, and I think they're going to enhance each other's game. Welcome back to Louie Nanny, back into the fold for the Edina Hornets, out as he was concussed not long ago. There's a puck that dribbles wide of Martin's cage. Down low to handle that puck. It's Colin Hernan, the leading goal scorer here for the Jags, and it's going to be sent back in behind the Edina line. Matt Nelson has Lear fading up into the neutral zone. He's going to opt to play that one high. Janko is there, mishandles, and look out, here comes Fiddler to the corner. Plays that one to safety, and it's Janko again. Nice little outlet right wing side for Panvika, the former Kennedy star. Right wing side it goes. Tyler Johnson wide of the cage, pitching down. That's going to be Wickland, the man known as Wick. From the right side, it's Janko again to play back in behind the net. Oh, out front with a great opportunity there. Cruising was Panvika. Up to the right wing side, the Hornets' Walsh will lug to center. He can fly, gets away from the hipper there of Nathan Wickland, and swinging that to the corner was Janko. In to help out as well was Austin Hunt as the puck is played back down by Tyler Nanny, and now it's going to be picked up by the Jags, and in control once again is Wickland. Right wing side, nice job by Janko to play that one through. No ice on the play. Reno has Walsh up high at center. He gains the line and deflects back in wide of the Jag cage. They're going to ring it to the right wing side. On that one, it was Freeze. Love the tempo. These two District 6 combatants have known each other since squirts. In the corner they go. Right side, out of the zone, it's Weiss. Plays that one in on goal, and Willie Benjamin makes the save as he comes up with that one. 16-5-0 on the season as that goaltender right there with that 2.26 goals against average and a very staunch and sturdy .917 save percentage.
It's a great point, Wags. These teams, you know, they're not playing in the same conference anymore, but as you know, these schools and these cities know each other very well.
But just with the Jags, know the Hornets are a solid hockey team at 21-5-0 entering this contest, but they're certainly not going to be in awe of the addition. A nice check thrown there on Hurley as he was shivered neatly on the play by Jack Weiss. To center it goes, playoff-style hockey here from the Mar. Stick save up off the glass. It's going to be Jordahl to play to the low goal mouth area. Back up high, turning and firing is Malmquist, and up and out of play it goes.
Yep.
As you get a good look at Mertens right there.
Yeah, and as you know, Wags, the playoffs always seem to bring kind of different type of results. There's always strange things that happen. We saw Eden Prairie lose their opening game. Duluth East just finished a
Four
tight
number
victory.
2 seeds. Yeah, by the way, for those that like to chirp local reporters, who you kidding? Called that one as a close game. You never knew. With Elk River, they're a disciplined playoff-style team, and they never go away easily.
So, yeah, again, you don't want to say
just because I'm not
I
flowering
don't like
wishes. Just because I'm not flowering wishes and Valentine's on your club doesn't mean I don't think they're going to win.
Wow!
Please get your own show.
I don't.
To the right wing
okay,
side it goes.
okay.
Look at the anger. Hernan plays that one up to the point.
Soapbox.
Look, come on. It's like if you have that big of a problem with a statement on one of my shows, then call me. Across the line, glove save.
Hey, I don't like the cliche throw the records out the window, but with playoff games like this, yeah, absolutely. You never know. In an early game like this, these teams aren't used to playing at noon. They've played night games all season long. It's a different kind of feel, and especially I think in this first period, it's something to watch. These kids I got to get up and play hard.
The Jags are accustomed to this game right here at Braemar on Saturday because they usually play here as the 2 or 3 seed, and Edina as the 1 seed, typically out of the 2AA, is playing at Big in the noon or 7 or the 3 noon, whatever tilt it is. So things have changed up a little bit. Well, the whole 2AA is being housed here at Braemar today. So I could say the first time since I think the format has gone to this setup.
They've both been here, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll look to ring this one back behind. Well, it does give you a little bit of reward for earning the top seed to have that second home game.
And I like having both the sections, the same section at the same venue.
Well, because it gives you reason to stay and watch the next game more than anything. Oh, there's a turnover. Tyler Nanny, snapper over the top of the goal. They'll fish up to the near side off Nanny, stick it on goal, and there's Mertens to make the save.
Good individual work there by Tyler Nanny. He's had a very good season his first year at the varsity level. 5 goals, 10 assists for 15 points, and he's been a huge contributor on their second line.
Face off to the right of Mertens, off the stick of Nelson. He's going to play it to the corner for Jordahl. Picked off by Hurley, back in behind for Jordahl. He'll play it out front, and Hurley again walks and plays back up high. Rister, that's wide of the cage, and it's going to be Fiddler to play back to the corner to Jordahl. As it's Jordahl looking back up for Fiddler. Mertens has the big goal stick on the side of the cage as here comes Malmquist as it's frozen up. 11:57 to go here in the period. And so far your score reads 0-0. You're watching high school hockey on the OTSN.tv.
These are the boys to watch on the green and gold. Hurley and Malmquist combining for 92 points during the regular season.
Hurley, 22 goals, 26 assists, 48 points. The Hornets' post-game stats from their postseason not entered, so with those 15 goals, I'm sure those are a little gaudier even to say more. Off the right side of the cage, it's going to be a right wing on the breakout, and out of the zone they come with Bach. He's going to be stick-checked at the Edina line. Jordahl leaves off for Hurley neatly across the line, cuts to the forehand. Nice save by Mertens going across the grain.
That's when he's at his best.
Now it's going to be a shot in on goal. Ramps up, lost the handle. Down goes Malmquist on that play.
That's when Hurley's at his best. That's his little hot zone right there when he comes across the slot like that and likes to shoot it on that side he comes from. He takes that low wrist shot and can many times fool the goaltender.
Indeed it can, as we are back underway. Up at the line, it's played back through. Sent back by Munson behind the net. Looking to handle this puck as Weiss as he's hounded by Lear. Puck will be dribbled out to center ice by Charlie Strauss. Wide of the cage as it's the goaltender, Grant Martins, the sophomore. Barking orders. Freeze. Plays left wing side for Jono Lindquist. Big check thrown there on Strauss. And it's played back in behind as Hatch takes over for the Hornets. 11 minutes remain here in period number 1. Shot, save, rebound. Benjamin with a couple of big saves as he comes up big right there to make those saves.
Yeah, great job. He's been tested a little bit early. Does a very nice
Here's
job
a
as
look
we
at
take
that
another
on
look at a
replay.
look.
You'll see how he is tested right here. There's one save. The rebound, he comes back and makes a big one there.
Very nice on our Total Hockey replay.
Absolutely. Boy, Total Hockey's been a great partner for this product all year long. Thank you to their work. Oh! That one nearly trickles through on Mertens as he went paddle down. Boy, I'm sure he palpitated there. Here's a look in on goal. Backhand and a blocker pad save. Tyler Nanny is there trying to pickpocket the would-be puck carrier Johnny Panvika. Smooth skater gets it in front. A move. They score! What an opportunity down low. I believe, was that Austin Hunt from Panvika? Oh, my word. Indeed it was. Jefferson leads by a score of 1-0.
Yes, Austin Hunt getting on the board for his squad. His 5th goal of the year. A beautiful move as we get another look at it.
We will in a minute. Sorry, my bad.
Jefferson getting the first goal of the game here. A big one. Just about 7 minutes in. And
we'll
taking the lead here
break.
on the Hornets' home ice.
Now here comes Hurley, left wing side, Malmquist. Oh, he tried to find Hurley, and a big save made there.
Wow, well that certainly will get this arena buzzing a little bit there.
There's a look at that Hurley replay, and now let's take a look at the next one.
Here we go.
In on goal again. You'll see the goal scored coming up here as there's a save by Mertens. That's finally back out of the zone. Panvika makes a nice play right here as he finds Hunt down low.
And just streaking the whole time, Hunt. I mean, he really
absolutely
was never covered or picked up by the Edina defense.
Indeed he wasn't. Back behind the legs, and Jags are energized, and they are skating here today. Down low it goes. In front, they score! It's 2-0, the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Buckle it up, folks. The Hornets are stunned.
Wow. Just a half minute after their first goal, they get another one. And the Jaguars take a 2-0 lead here early on in this game. And you said it, Wags. This is a stunned Edina crowd. And I said it, a noon start like this, you can get that early jump on a team that might not come out prepared.
Charlie Bach picks up the goal, the 2-0 lead, and the Hornets are reeling right now. We'll see if there's a sense of urgency. And the Jags, when you're not expected to win, you've got that we've got nothing to lose mentality. Now you're in the lead. We'll see if they can handle it, maintain it. This is a very good hockey team at Bloomington Jefferson. Chris Wilson from Chanhassen was stunned by the start. The Jags had a 4-goal outburst in the first period. When they were 0-8-2, his assistant coach called them the best 0-8-2 team in high school hockey history.
Well, they've certainly made a nice rally off of that. I mean, you look at their record now, pretty respectable given that start.
Well, Herndon and Lindquist haven't even figured into any of the goal scoring yet. This game right now is 8 minutes old, and the Jags are looking awfully comfortable. Nice little pinch off the right side there by Tyler Johnson. Here come the Hornets back across the line. Louis Nanny puts on the brakes, tucks this off the wall. Fiddler takes over, shallow angle, plays that one to the slot area. Hunt is there, and a penalty coming up. Interference will be the call, as the Edina Hornets will get the opportunity to go on the power play, where they have connected so far this year at 19.5%. The penalty kill for the Jags, not too shabby itself. Check that the Hornets power play 22%, but the penalty kill for the Jags, tough 69%. So this is going to be a key factor to this contest here.
They're going to take the sophomore Tyler Johnson on that one for the interference, and certainly an opportunity for the Hornets to get a needed goal here in the first period.
That one gets away from Walker. Hurley chips over to the left wing side. Into the bench area or off the boards. Back into the Edina zone it goes with Jack Walker as he regroups and sets up shop behind the net. Jack Walker for the Edina Hornets. Left wing on the breakout. Now it's going to be Hurley as he has plenty of ice to take through center. Puts on the brakes, plays back up high, gets it back. Hurley left circle, sends a pass rink wide. Walker goes hop high on Mertens, who can't handle that one, but still wide. Their forces it wide anyway. Hurley now plays back behind. Nanny with it. Hurley plays. There's a snapper. That's blocked neatly there by the defense and cleared the length of the ice by Jack Weiss. Solid piece of work there.
Great defense, absolutely. Hornets love to make that cross-ice pass, especially on the power play. Saw it a couple times there on that sequence.
Off Louis Nanny's stick. It's going to be Walker dangling across the line. Try to get through traffic there. That was Jono Lindquist. Cleared to the near boards, but not out. Now Walker mishandles, but regains with 50 to go in the man advantage. Walker turns away. Now it's Hurley. Malmquist to the goal mouth area. Up high. One-timer over the top of the goal. That was Louis Nanny looking high glove off the glass and out with 35 to go in the man advantage. 7:25 to go in the period. Beek is in on the forecheck. Plays back behind for Nelson. Now it's going to be Jordahl taking over out of his own zone, left wing side through center. Jordahl gets away from Hunt, brought down in the play, no call. Janko will help along to Hunt. He has Hernan with him, looking for a little break out there. Instead, it's going to be picked up by Reno at center as he plays the angle. 7 minutes to go. We're at the 10-minute mark here of the period. Cross the line. Here's a look in front off the stick of Tyler Nanny from Jordahl. Lear back down low for Jordahl. He's going to help it along the rail. The Jags kill off the big-time power play there. Very important for their success here today, getting the special teams going. Hunt clears past Reno, and it's going to be picked up and handled by Tyler Nanny. Off the boards. Oh, look out. That one goes upstairs. Nearly by camera number 1, Paul Ranheim.
That nearly left the building, didn't it?
There's the tail of the tape. 6:32. The guests are the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. And your score reads 2-0.
Certainly impressive. They've looked good. They've had several opportunities, even beyond the 2 goals they've scored. Killing off a nice penalty kill there, and they've done everything you can ask here in the first period.
Hornets had a couple of looks from the slot area. There's a long shot. Spicola with an absolute bullet as Malmquist carried through to try to find the rebound in front to Malmquist. Spicola's open in front. He turns and plays it, but poking it to safety neatly there was Jack Weiss. Now it's going to be played back down low to the corner. Goal mouth area again, and there is Malmquist. The Hornets are getting their chances.
Yeah, they are.
No question.
You're not going to stop Edina from doing that, but thus far, Martins has looked very good.
There.
Absolutely. He's battled a couple of them. He's kind of had difficulty with the puck at times, but you can't argue with the results thus far. No goals on the scoreboard.
Wicklund to the left wing side. Lear to the goal mouth area. Swatted away there by the defense. Janko. And a stick gets tossed by Lear.
I've seen more sticks leave the rink. Yeah.
Souvenirs.
Absolutely. Several times it's happened this year.
That's off Munson. Louis Nanny shoots. Scores! Oh, it's a goal-scoring bonanza here at the Mar. Louis Nanny, welcome back to the lineup.
Boy, I tell you, if Edina's going to have any chance of doing damage this postseason, they're going to need Louis Nanny at his best, and a welcomed return as he gets his Hornets on the scoreboard here today. A big goal as we take a look at it.
It's going to be back in on transition as it was sent back into the corner. And then you'll see how Lear makes the adjustment. Picked off at the line, Nanny looks, shoots, and scores.
Defensive turnovers in your own end. It can lead to goals more times than not, especially at the high school level. And Nanny makes them pay with a beautiful wrister.
The twisted wrister, as we like to call it.
We do like to call it that,
stealing
don't
some content from John Buccigross.
Get it where you can.
Grant Stadium, KSTC, Channel 45, part of the ABC family. We can do that.
Absolutely.
ESPN.
All under the same roof.
Don't forget about our big show on 1500 ESPN every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. On Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, it's going to be 4 o'clock. As we are making way for the National Basketball Association's All-Star Game. Oh, there's Rubio right now on your phone. Are you?
My mother is at Cameron Indoor today.
Gee. My word.
Yeah. Pretty awesome experience, huh?
If you're into basketball.
If that's your thing, yeah. I wouldn't expect it to be for our crowd here.
Yeah,
I never heard of it.
I think if anybody's watching hockey online, the last thing they're thinking about is Cameron Indoor. I know our broadcasters over our shoulder that are a copy of what we're doing is probably wishing they were at Cameron. But anyway, it's played back through. An indirect one. Back to the corner goes and icing the call. We call it like it is here on the OTSN.
Nobody's safe.
Oh, no, nobody's safe. Even if you chirp the OTSN on message boards.
Nobody's safe.
No.
It's open season.
Griffin
we got a heck of a hockey game here, don't we?
Working the director's buttons, pulling a nice effort here today.
Looking like an absolute natural over here.
Yeah.
I think we might have a full-time commitment over here.
I'm not going to say overmatched. Back behind the net it goes. The Jags with a 1-goal lead. Janko up high at the line. We're having too much fun here on
Watch out, Griffin.
Saturday.
Yeah. Well, he's going to lock you in for full-time work here.
You're done. You're done. You're finished. Munson plays back through. Nice pick-off. Panvika can shoot, and he goes up high over the top of the cage. Back in behind the net it goes. Now it's going to be Anderson outlets up through the middle. It's going to be Hurley with speed. Nice little shovel pass to the left wing. There's a shot, pad save, a doily of a rebound, but cleaning up the dishes there was Panvika as he bosses the table. Here's a look back the other way. Scores! Louis Natty, his second goal of the game, and he ties it at 2. The good field start of the Jags has now been evened up.
Wow. Well, I guess he's back and feeling good. Getting his second tally of the first period. Louis Natty, a beautiful goal, another turnover resulting in a goal for the Hornets as they are back in form here with just 4 minutes to go in the first period. An extremely entertaining opening 17 we've had here as we get another look. Thanks to Total Hockey.
Up the middle there, and there's Louis Nanny following this one up off the turnover. And
again, just failing to break out, and
bang, there
Louis
it is.
does a great job of finishing it.
Oh, there's a chance that's down low. We can't keep track. And thank goodness Todd
There's
Mulligan's
so much
doing
going
some
on.
sort of statistics package.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where is
Mully's
he?
over on the far side. He and Chris Angel were here at 11:01.
The mind freak.
Wes was a little bit later in the house.
Wes is in the building. The who's who.
Nice job. Oh, Malmquist nearly pulled the tightrope at the line, but pulled himself offside.
The who's who of high school hockey in the building.
Virtual who's who.
So see and be seen.
Absolutely, the place to be right here.
Semifinal Saturday. This is really the opening day of just a tidal wave of hockey in the next week.
Someone's going to get sent packing that's not expecting it, and every day there's someone else that gets the notice that they weren't counting on. And the Edina Hornets off to a tough start. Heavy hit there on the Jaguars' defense. That was number 3, Jack Graves.
Yeah, you knew the Hornets were going to respond. It's certainly impressive to get back as quickly as they did here in this one. You know, just a few minutes after going down 2-0, boom, all of a sudden we got ourselves a tie hockey game. We're back to where we started.
Great hockey game here between two combatants that know each other well. Different conferences, but grew up as kids playing against each other. Tyler Nanny to the slot area. He's chucked on the play by Graves. Fiddler takes over, cycles to Nanny down low. Takes a little extra love tap.
Not happy with that one, is
he? Absolutely. Got to be careful with those. It's the post.
Yeah.
Janko plays right side. That was off the stick of Cover, who plays it to center. Hornets get it back, and it's going to be gathered in neatly there by Weiss. He tries to play that one through, but it's going to be Walsh who takes over off the boards, plays that one back in for an icing call. As we'll bring it back down into the Edina end.
Starting to fill up in here. A pretty good crowd for a noon start.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say you're getting the vibe.
It doesn't matter who's going to be playing when it's semifinal Saturday. People will come out. They're going to show up. Maybe people that haven't even watched or come to a game all year long want to see these teams play and battle for the right to go to Mariucci
this upcoming Wednesday, and the right to book the hotel room down at St. Paul for the state tournament.
We'll
Shot
be
in
there.
on goal, batted at. Ooh, Hernan was there. He can snipe. Cleared but not out at the line. Held in by Weiss. Play to the corner. It's going to be Walker. Jammed by Panvika. Forces the turnover as that one fails to click. Up to the line but not out. Boy, this line has been all over the Hornets here tonight. Right wing for the breakout. Fails to click. That's off a stick and back into the Jag zone off the wall by Weiss. Long pass to Panvika at center, who plays that one back into the Edina zone. It's going to be Reno as he puts on the brakes. Watched on the play by Lindquist. Right wing on the breakout. Jordahl content to play high in the air to center. 1:25 to go in a deadlocked first period. To the corner it goes now for Zach Beek. He's ridden off the play. In to help out off the end while hard working are the Jags. They're not going away if you're a Hornet backer. Now Hurley with it. Got to walk in off the off wing as he had Malmquist. Nice defensive play. Wickland gets enough of him to disrupt that. I believe they were summer hockey teammates back in the day.
Thank you for that. I got to shoot that bucket.
We live in an era
early.
now at the youth level where summer hockey's almost become more important than the winter one.
Easy.
Well, just wait till you have kids. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, then stay single. This one's played back. You heard that correct, ladies.
Footloose and fiance free.
That one was.
I heard that one back in college. The old man we lived next to. That was his line. I'll never forget that one.
It's a good one. Good look there at Bloomington Jefferson's Andrew Sacco. No relation to Koivu.
I love the Jaguar jerseys. Some of the classic threads in the game.
When they came out for warm-ups, you drooled.
I light up.
I had to get a bib. It was unbelievable.
I just think Mike Crowley.
Yeah, you think Crowley, Checo, Parrish, Anderson.
I just go back to my heyday of growing up and just reveling in those guys.
Here's a look down low to the backhand. It was Lindquist looking to regain the Jag lead. They had a 2-goal lead if you've just joined us. Left wing side, back at center it goes. That's Ryan Fries as he plays that one back through. Behind the net it goes. That's deflected up off a stick and out of play. 10.5 seconds to go. I think the one thing, if you're the Hornets, there wasn't a lot of panic.
Yeah.
But there was panic for a moment when it was 2-0.
For sure. I mean, that's not the start you think you're going to have if you're the Hornets. But credit the Jags. They're hard working. And they might have the prettiest style of hockey, but they're matching up very nicely with the Hornets here today.
I like it. It's my style.
Yeah,
I
agree.
That playoff style hockey.
It is. It's a playoff brand. You're right.
Absolutely. The Hornets fire that in. That does it here for the first period. The score reads Edina 2, Jefferson 2, Andrew, and we've had a beauty brewing here at Braemar Arena.
This is fun. It's been a very active first 17. Looking forward to the rest of it, Wags.
Indeed it has. We come back with the start of period number 2 coming up for you as you're watching high school hockey, the Section 2 AA semifinals on the OTSN.tv. Before we go there, let's quickly look at your goal scoring. It was Hunt for Jefferson from Panvika and Johnson. And then you had Bach from Roysum and Weiss, that at 7:05.
Just 30 seconds apart.
And then at 11:17, it was Nanny from Lear and Nelson. And then Nanny again unassisted at the 13-minute mark. Shots on goal read Edina 16, Jefferson 8. Edina savaging in the face-off circle 12-5. Leading the way for shots for Edina was Louis Nanny with 3. He's got 2 goals on 3 shots. Hurley is there with that number as well. Meanwhile, you have 4 players with a pair of shots each for Jefferson, as we have, of course, their goal scorer, number 19, Austin Hunt, has a pair. In there with a pair is Charlie Bach, as well, Tyler Johnson and Ryan Fries.
Yeah, a lot of active players here today. That's to have 16-8 shots. You don't see 24 total shots too often at the high school level in one period of play. That's a testament to these offenses coming out and getting ready. And certainly bringing their A game here on this Saturday afternoon.
Bringing their A game, to say the least. We take a timeout. When we come back, second period coming up for you, high school hockey on the OTSN.tv.
No one player or team is the same.
Each player has a routine, and every team prepares in their own way.
But when we come together
And take the ice,
we play one game.
however you get ready.
start with Total Hockey.
That just went on the air. Andrew Nealon making fun of one of his favorite bands known as Creed. Let's take a look at your goal scoring as it's shaken down here today. In the first period, the goal scoring was opened by the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. You'll see they worked the transitional game to perfection. And straight to the net goes Austin Hunt. Oh, and what a great goal.
Defensive
That's
lapse there by the Hornets.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff there.
Beautiful pass.
On to our next tally now. It's going to be 2-0 Bloomington Jefferson. Panvika did a nice job through center to keep that one alive. Oh, yeah. He's got mitts like you wouldn't believe. A muddy, ugly goal from what I would term a shallow angle for the 2-0 Jaguar lead. We move on into the Hornet part of the picture here. Still waiting for Jeff Lindquist. Talking things over with his club. Still not here.
Is this a move? Is this like a...
I've never been a big fan of the move.
Chest mass?
I don't know. But here's that goal that was scored.
Yeah,
that's a good look right now. And Louis Nanny scores his first of 2 here today.
Beautiful shot there.
Second one here. Hurley just so terrific up the middle of the ice. Still no Jags. We're waiting. And the buzzer.
Are you in the building? There they are.
Oh. The Bronx cheer from the Hornets. And there you go. We currently stand at 2-2. The Jags in the house. Something special about this matchup, isn't there, Andrew?
There is. There's history with these two teams, and you feel, again, I don't like the cliche, throw the records out the window, but because of the history with these two teams and what great games and what great individual histories they've had through the years in the state tournament and the playoffs, it is. It's a special environment. Always fun at playoff time.
Look at him working the pillows.
Ooh, 1-2, 1-2.
From pillar to post.
Love the agility.
Absolutely. Okay, great. I'd love to.
Is that for you?
Dave Delmonico is the assigner of the Minnesota Coaches Association, or the Referees Association.
Thank you, Dave.
And he stopped up and handed us his card and said, give me a buzz here. Let's get some announcing package going here, and I agree. Here's a chance out of the box. Malmquist's shot is stopped there by the goaltender. Martins, as he's been solid here tonight. Hurley will bounce that one through the goal mouth area. It's going to be Jordahl to chase down. Graves plays the body on him. Edina with that 16-8 shots on goal advantage. Here comes the Jags back the other way, and it's picked off by the Hornets, and Hurley can skate. With a look there, that was Beek, but now Hurley to the goal mouth area off the skates of Andy Jordahl, and back come the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Anderson stops that one at the line, denied access. Hurley to the forehand, gives off Malmquist. Fans on that one. Goes heavily into the wall, back first, and icing your call.
Yeah, a rare missed opportunity by Dylan Malmquist on that one, as we remain tied at 2 here, about a minute in to the second period.
Good look at the Edina Hornet bench there as they've come out with a verve, I would say, it's fair to say here, to start this second session.
A verve indeed.
You know, we were talking between periods, Paul Ranheim and I, and we were talking about Burnsville, Prior Lake, and I said, you know, regular season, Burnsville played very well against them, but, you know, as we both agreed, you can throw all that stuff out because these games, every bit of ice you get is tough. Teams that you probably think you overmatch, you don't overmatch. I think that shows up more here in the sectional playoffs than it does. Oh, turnover, wraparound attempt by Lindquist, and there was the goaltender. Willie Benjamin to make the save.
There's a nervousness, there's an anxiousness that comes with these games, and it plays into the way the games just happen to play out, and it really does just kind of throw it up in the air and say, hey, let's just go play and see what happens.
Panvika comes away with it. Chips that one to Lindquist in the corner, waits for the return, doesn't get it. Now it's Hernan with it. From the corner, Hernan cycles back low for Lindquist. Nice, nifty pass between the legs there. In on goal, there's a save made there by Benjamin. Now it's Hernan again. The Hornets do not have an answer for this Jaguar line. Lindquist, Hernan, and Panvika. Pinching down from the near point. Oh, stick by Reno. Gets up around the neck area there of Ryan Freese. Munson will hound on the forecheck. And it's going to be Nanny to play that one in back behind the net. Picked up by Jack Weiss. He's going to bang that off the near boards, but it's going to be Anderson to play back in for Edina. Martin sets back up behind the net. Weiss is there. Cleared to safety, the length of the ice, and icing the call.
Yeah, nice jump there on the previous shift for the Jaguars. Looking good there with their top set of Hernan and Lindquist, and Panvika supplying, about 80% of their goals this year.
Puck is played to the left wing side. Good to see Bart Archer's in the house, as that's played back to the right corner. Reno is there as he's bothered on the play. Fish back up to the right side for Wall. Shuts off a pair of wickets and play to the near corner. Anderson bothered on the play by the Jags. Tyler Johnson up high to the right point. Blocked by Walsh. Kissed off the boards and handled by Fiddler. Walsh takes over through center. Ooh, to the left side of the forehand and in on goal, and a nice save made there. Martins has been absolutely tested here in the second period.
Yeah, nice work there by Anthony Walsh to look to get his first goal of the season. 7 assists on his campaign this year. Hard-working kid.
Did a nice job to peel that puck out of the center ice area. And it's going to be Walker for Edina at the left point. Plays back behind, too far for Jordahl. Hurley helps up. Hatch winds, shoots. That one wide of the cage. Karam off the boards. Played by the Jags to center. Malmquist plays back in, and Jefferson goes D to D. At center, that's off the stick and played back in. Bach is there. Walker bumps that off the end boards. There's a shot blocked by Hatch. And there's a chance down low, a centering feed there by Tony Royce. He's already got one helper. Now it's Jordahl for Malmquist across the line. Chips a pass for Jordahl. Can't get the handle, as that's going to be played back off the end wall and pounced on and covered. The faceoff coming up to the left.
Yep, bouncy boards here at Braemar Arena. Nice job by Martins to cover that one up. 13-18 remaining here in the second period. Picking up right where we left off in the first. Great opportunities for both these squads in the opening minutes.
Boy, a great feed off the end board by Tony Royce. In on goal, puck's loose, rolls wide of the cage. Hornets Lear comes away with it, plays back up for Reno. His shot's deflected. Nice save again by Martins. Hornets will cycle to the corner. Nanny checked on the play by Lindquist. Comes out of the corner looking for the hat trick. As there's Reno walking. Ooh, he had the wrist shot, lost the handle, stick save! Rebound pushed wide by Lear. Left wing side for the Jags, cleared but not out. There's Reno with a shot in on goal, rebound again. Martins can't get a handle, and he finally pounces on that one and covers that one up. Dicey moments there for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. This line has been very steady and very solid.
A lot of activity in front of the net there. Munson and Lear both hacking away at it. And luckily for the Jaguars, they get the whistle. 12:44 remaining here in the second.
Fiddler in to take the draw for Edina. He has Walsh out with him, as well as Tyler Nanny. That hits traffic on the way in, as it's going to be Sacco back behind and up the wall, the rail, and icing your call. 12:35 to go here in this period. It feels like we've played about 7 to 10 minutes of play already.
Yeah, it has.
Just because of the chances.
Yeah, there's been so much activity. And like we said, the shots. 24 total shots in the first period, 16 for Edina, 8 for Jefferson.
There's off the draw. That's Fiddler who plays that one wide of the cage. Off the boards it goes. Johnson was there for the Jags to center. High stick called down on the Jags as Austin Hunt handles the puck and will play that one back into the Jaguar zone. Now you mentioned Colin Hernan. This 32 points. Hernan, Lindquist, and Panvika leading the way right now for this team in the offensive category. And if I were Edina, I'm just not trying to be a back or an armchair coach here, but I'd almost want to match my ones with those guys.
Oh, definitely. They're very strong on the puck. All those guys. I've been really impressed the way they handle it, using their bodies positionally. Just very, very crafty guys, and you can see how they achieved the numbers they did this season.
I don't want to free them up if I'm Kurt Giles and company, but obviously they want to give their top dogs here, the Hurley line, an opportunity to go. But right now at this point, they don't have a point in this contest. It's been Louis Nanny and company getting the job done. Now it's going to be Hurley at center, turns back way. Now, mind you, they've had plenty of puck possession and opportunities as well.
And that's why they lean on him, and so happy to have him back after being gone. They need that second line to perform. They're gonna have to have that.
Hurley in on goal, scores! Oh, another blown tire on a celly. We got to get these under control. Malmquist gives the Hornets the 3-2 lead.
Beautiful work by Hurley, and Martins does all he can to stop that initial shot. A beautiful charge by Hurley to set up that attempt. The puck was just sitting free in the crease. And Malmquist, is that Jordahl that pumps it home? I think it's Jordahl that pumps it home.
Well, and you know what? That's my bad on the replay. Missed it.
It's all good, brother. The Hornets take their first lead of this hockey game.
I pushed the wrong button. 3 unanswered for the Edina Hornets.
You're doing a lot over here today. The fans at home cannot see.
Multitasking is what we like to call it.
Absolutely.
Puck will be played back in behind the net as the Hornets will control. Left wing side, Walker gets away from one man, dances, shoots, off the glove, high off the top of the goal. Now it's the Jags out of the zone. 3 unanswered by the Hornets have given them a 3-2 lead here at Braemar Arena, their home rink. Across the line, Lindquist snaps that one through the legs of Reno, wide of the cage. Louis Nanny helps it up the wall to Munson. He takes his man down. Jags will play that one in wide of the cage. On the forecheck, it's going to be Justin Cover. It's going to be handled now by Walker with room as the Jags will have to touch up. Off the toe of the stick there of Lear as the puck is poked back through center ice. Walker plays that one through, putting on the brakes. I believe that was Austin Hunt, and that one's whistled down offside. 10:22 to go. I didn't hear the announcement. Did they give it official to Malmquist?
I thought it was Jordahl.
Sitting open on the goal mouth area in the crease in the paint after Hurley made the big power move.
Yeah, certainly credit to Hurley on that one for really creating that opportunity.
Shots are beginning to pile up for the Edina Hornets. Tyler Nanny has that one poked away from him, and it's going to be Cover left wing on the outlet for Hunt. Puts on the brakes. Is watching him was Nelson to the near side. It comes for Tyler Johnson back behind the net. Edina's Tyler Nanny's going to shovel that one up for Hayden Anderson. Left wing for Fiddler, can't handle, and plays it right wing side for Walsh. He'll play that one in off of defense. Here comes Fiddler to the backhand. Try to play that through the goal mouth area, and nobody home. Up high to the blue line. Swatted at, played to center by Tyler Johnson. The Jags gain the line. Snapper nearly caught Benjamin by surprise, high to the blocker. Tyler Nanny tries to cut back against the grain. Stood up on the play. Walsh is there. Fiddler steps in. And now taking over, it's Jack Weiss across the line. Little stick handle play there by Bach as he plays that through the goal mouth area. And Reno Poole cues that one to center as it's picked up by Jack Weiss. To the near side it comes. Bach with it. Off the stick of Jack Walker. He races to the corner. On to bother him is Beek. And it's going to be played long off the wall, but read like a book neatly there by Freeze as he sends that back in and around. Panvika from the off wing can't get enough of that one as it's Walsh ahead for Jordahl. He has Tyler Nanny in transition. Jordahl sits, waits. Oh, he wanted the last-minute pass to Tyler Nanny. That one didn't get through. Here come the Jags. Right wing side, Freeze. His pass too far, intended for Lindquist. And Hurley fans on that clearing attempt, comes back away with it. On the tape for Jordahl, or Malmquist rather, now Jordahl. Jadko was there, takes a swing at him, back behind the net. Side of the cage it goes, Lindquist is there. Bloomington Jefferson scurries out of the zone with Jono Lindquist across the line. Cuts to the forehand, lets a wrister go high and wide. Panvika on the forecheck. Out-muscling him was Hurley. To center it goes as it's cleared, and it's picked up by Lindquist again. He goes strong side up the rail, back in behind the net. It goes for Hurley with 8:02 to go here in the period. Long pass too far, as looking to handle that one at center is the Hornets, but that's a good look right there, that battle. That was Malmquist on the near wall. Jags will chuck that one up off the glass and play that one in, and icing the call.
Good work there by both teams. Been impressed with the hard work of the Jaguars here. They're certainly doing a nice job getting zone to zone, hustling, getting the puck through. And it's been just a very well-played game on both sides.
If you've just joined us, 3-2 is the score. Edina leads over the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars with 7:47 to go here in the second period. Munson plays back in behind the net. Jack Weiss is there. He's going to help it up along the wall to Tyler Johnson. And it's going to be handled there by the Jags. Into the Edina zone it goes, and it's going to be gathered in back behind the net. Louis Nanny checked, hits the glass with authority there by Andrew Sacco. Now it's going to be Reno. Right wing on the breakout. Spicola for Louis Nanny. Gets away from one would-be checker. He is a house of fire here tonight.
Losing for the hat trick.
Munson plays back in behind the net. Nanny gets position, tries to play out front, and leaves one for Spicola. Couldn't get the stick on that. A good offensive play there by the Jags.
Thought it might have been a hold there. His stick was tied up, I thought, by the hands there, the defenseman.
Munson with it. Bothered on the play. And coming away with it is Austin Hunt, high in the air. And this one will trickle into the Edina zone and make it for an icing call. So we'll bring it back down into the Bloomington Jefferson zone. You know, Andrew, you take a look at this coverage we're bringing here on the OTSN.tv and Grand Stadium TV. This game has had its ebbs and flows, to say the least. But you really feel as though the Edina Hornets are finding a way right now to kind of cinch in on the offensive zone time here in this period. But there's a big transition back the other way. So much for that. Glove save, rebound. Oh, and a big save made there by Benjamin as the net was off its posts.
Wow. Two of the bigger saves we've seen tonight by Willie Benjamin. Great job. Not only making the initial stop there on Bach, but then comes back for a rebound.
We're taking another look. Look at that.
Yeah. Streaking was Bach.
Oh! And
then Beek gets another whack at it. Fantastic job there by Willie Benjamin.
Great work by our crew here on the OTSN.tv. Griffin Moody pulling the trigger. Paul Ranheim, of course. Tom Von Eschen. Stalwarts, the organization.
The best around, huh?
Absolutely. Well, I guess.
We keep adding pieces to the puzzle,
Absolutely. Too. It's a cast of characters. We've got statisticians strewn throughout the facility.
Yeah, we do.
You take them as
just regular spectators, but they're doing much more.
Absolutely. You think they're scouting, but they're really doing stats for the OT. Played back in behind the net. Jadko is there. Come in with their black coats. We call the scouts the black coats. They'll have the jackets with their little logos on them, let you know where they're from.
That's so official.
To the near side it goes. Jordahl with it. Now Hurley turns that one back away. That chips up to Reno. And it's Walker. Lets a wrist shot go. Doesn't get through. 5:36 to go here in the second period. Only one goal in the second period.
You got to think some of these scouts are probably dependent on our coverage here, aren't they?
Well, that's why there's some playful pokes.
Yeah. You couldn't do it without us.
We couldn't do it without them. They make the game worth watching.
Full circle.
It's full circle. Pulled out of the Edina zone by the Jags. That's Royson with it. Plays right wing side for Beek as he's jammed on the play by Walker. And it's going to be Hurley to help to Malmquist. Dribbles that one into the neutral zone, and it's backhanded by Bach too far for Jack Weiss. Into the Jaguar zone it goes. Off the stick to center of Beek, and the Hornets will regroup to the near side. Walker for Reno. Off the stick of Hurley and into the Jaguar zone. No ice on the play. Ooh. And Martins likes to go with that paddle down first. That scares me.
This game's really starting to pick up an edge to it. There's a little chippiness
shots after whistles.
Yeah,
love taps.
We're in the second half now. We've entered the second half of this one. You can feel just a little bit of different kind of intensity now. A chippiness.
The first non-conference game the Jags won all year long, if
memory serves,
yes, was against Chanhassen in the playoffs. 0-7-2 are what my records indicate. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. Monson at center, tries to get inside out of the defense, can't. Danny tries to kick that one up. Winner of this one gets the winner of Prior Lake Burnsville. That's going to be a war.
Absolutely.
Left off at the line, bouncing pocket on goal. Benjamin the save. He's going to hang on as he had Tyler Johnson breathing down his throat.
Some big bodies on this line for the Jaguars. Taking a look at it, Tyler Johnson, just a sophomore. He's a big boy. Number 5, Ian Janko, defenseman. They got a lot of nice size and guys that use their body very well. I've been impressed with this Jaguars team. Pretty surprised by their overall record this season.
Well, like the Chan coach has said at the start of the year, they're the best winless team after 10 games in the history of high school hockey, no question.
I buy that.
Walsh just muscles his way out of the zone, right wing, on the move, lets a shot go. Penalty coming up. That's going to be on Jack Weiss as he brings down a Hornet player on the way in.
Fiddler getting a little chippy here on a couple different occasions.
You got a power play. It's not about
keep the hands down, absolutely.
It's the playoffs.
Take it. That's going to be the assistant captain, Jack Weiss, heading off, the junior. 2 minutes. An opportunity for the Hornets now to get a big goal. They can take a 2-goal lead here heading into the second intermission. We'll see if they can do it.
It's their second power play now of the contest. The Hornets 0 for 1. Jags successful in killing that man advantage off as they're going to play to center. Oh, they're deadly shorthanded. Hunt has a man breaking. Holds it, shoots. Oh, nice save there by Benjamin. Can't get a handle. Wow. Puck was still loose. And as he backpedaled, the net was knocked off its posts.
Great job by Benjamin here. He's made several saves here in the second period and close.
Well, we'll get a good look at this rush right out of the box. And the ensuing opportunity. Nice little play to get by Nelson. Yeah. And here we go. Watch this.
Holds.
Then that back
was
foot
still sitting there and
was enough to kick it off its post.
Yeah, number 20, Beek. Beek still has an eye on it. And then, again, luckily for Benjamin, that post comes off.
You know, every time you say Beek, who do I think of? Pat Verbeek, former Stanley Cup champion with the Dallas Stars, teammate of Paul Ranheim, Hartford Whalers. Crossed the line, former New Jersey
dialing
Devil.
up the NHL history of Pete Wagner.
Absolutely. Played up to the line with Walker. Now it's Hurley down low as he plays for Malmquist. Back up for Hurley. It's going to be Walker, top of the umbrella. And turning away from trouble. Handling the puck to the corner. That's too far. Malmquist will take over. Oh, backdoor opportunity. Didn't get through. That hit the defense. Cleared the line, but not out. As that one was off a stick, and they're going to say a high stick. Back into the Edina zone it goes.
1:06 remaining on this power play for the Hornets with 3:15 remaining in the second period.
So far, very good job by the Jags, not letting anything really get through for the Hornets. They can't get any work down low. I would start working it low to high as opposed to wing to high to see if you can get those guys moving a little bit. Jordan with a muscle move, that'll get it moving. Didn't get it through, though, as there's Hernan there to battle with Lear. Spicola comes over. Now it's going to be Walker with it. Walker walks, stick handle, shoots. Oh, he rings the dinner bell up and out of play.
Yeah, Jack Walker can snipe when he gets the opportunity. We've got a nice occasion of that. As that puck went sailing into the stands after ringing off to the crossbar. Now 41 seconds remaining here in the power play for the Hornets.
.250 remaining in the period. Hurley plays up for Walker. That too far. And it's going to be Malmquist for Hurley. Back for Malmquist. Walking as Walker couldn't handle. And it's going to be picked off by the Jags back out of the zone. Offside are the Jags. They're going to be forced to have to touch as the Hornets with a freebie out of the zone. 20 to go in the man advantage. Malmquist left wing side. Leaves off to the middle. A give me there for the Jags as they clear that one the length of the ice. And it's going to be Reno to take over for Edina with 10 seconds to go in the Jack Weiss penalty. Rink wide for Hurley in front of the penalty box area where Weiss will be expelled from in a matter of moments. Back in behind the net. And he'll bust it over to the bench as the number 25 clad wearing sweater of Colin Hernan steps onto the ice.
Yeah,
Jags will outlet
commend the
left wing
Jaguars
side.
on the penalty kill tonight.
It's
Did
been
a great
very
job.
good here tonight. 69% coming in. You wouldn't know it. Panvika worked off the puck as it's played back into the center ice area as the Jags will gain center. Hatch try to make a play to his partner. That doesn't work. Lindquist shoots. Oh, he had the far side just wide. You give Jono Lindquist that look, and it could be on. Here comes Malmquist down low. That one goes up over the top of the goal as it's going to be played to safety there to the far corner by Wickland. Back up to center. Now it's going to be Ryan Hatch. Plays it to the right side for Nelson. Has to get a handle, and as he does, backpedals all the way in. Fiddler held up on the play on his way in neatly there by Freeze, not allowing him a good look or a freebie into that puck.
1:15 now remaining here in the second period. It's been a great hockey game.
You know, it takes on a significant meaning when loser's out, winner stays. You know, we're going to be pretty much halfway through the entire field after this weekend. We have Section 5 AA action coming up from Le Colisée to State Fair.
One of my favorite venues. I can't get enough of it when I'm there, man. You know how geared up I get for those games.
Well, you feel like you've been almost
that's
played back into the 40s.
Yeah.
Just the
It's
vibe,
unreal.
the sound, I don't know, just
Yeah.
the building's old. It's great. There's a great opportunity there for the Hornets that Martins again extends the pillow on with 1 minute remaining here in the period. Lear gives it right back to Walker as he sets up shop back behind his net. Pretty aggressive on the forecheck right now are the Jags. As the Hornets look to break it, they can't. Taken right back over by Bloomington Jefferson, sent right back into the Edina end. Johnson watches Walker. Now it's Reno, right wing side, handled there by Jordahl as he's going to try to get away from one man, bothered on the play. One hands it through to himself as he tries to keep his feet moving. He's jammed. Fiddler in to help out. Sends a pass through, and that one just wide of the cage, and the wraparound fails to click. Oh, and the net on that end is now knocked off its posts.
Oh, man. Parker Reno was ready to send one in right there, pinching from the point. I've been really impressed by this line tonight. I think Fiddler's been very active. Nick Lear's played a nice game. They've needed their work because, really only one goal from the top line. Obviously, Louis Nanny's provided 2 goals. Impressive has been the third line tonight.
Off the draw to Malmquist, ripped wide of the cage. 15 to go in the period. Backpedaling is Reno as he looks up ice. Now it's going to be Hurley with 9 seconds. In I go Hurley with a pass. They score! You got to be kidding me. Edina leads 4-2 with 6.3 seconds left.
Wow, another classic goal by these two. It's like they're on their own level sometimes. You watch these guys play together. It's fantastic, their work. They just read each other so well. And Hurley does a great job. As we take a look at it, Hurley gets an opportunity, gets some ice. And they just have such patience on their play. And Hurley takes all the time he can and feeds it across to an open Malmquist, who really then has an open net.
Wow. 4-2 the lead. The Jags with a 2-0 lead have now seen that dissipate to a 4-2 deficit as the Hornets pick up a goal late here in the second period. As the score reads, now Edina 4 and Jefferson 2. We'll take a quick look at your scoring summary here for the second period in the contest before we take our break. Our very own Todd Mulliken was Johnny on the spot with his stats. I saw him writing as he was walking.
He is, exactly. He's finishing touches.
That's right, because we had that goal at 14:56.
He's listening. He's listening. He's taking it in. The work we get behind the scenes, you know.
Every minute of it, to say the least. It's been very, very good.
You mind if I do the honors here?
Go right ahead.
It was Jordal from Hurley to start the scoring here in the second period for the Hornets. Jefferson's Weiss gets a hooking call as the lone penalty there in the second period. And then Malmquist with just 7 seconds remaining from Hurley and Parker Reno. As shots very similar to our first period, 16 for Edina, 9 for Jefferson. Now reading 32-17 in favor of the Hornets. 11-4 face-offs for Edina as they continue to dominate that category as well. 23 face-offs for Edina, 9-1 for the Jaguars. And our score, 4-2. As Edina gets a great goal there, a big goal to give themselves a nice little cushion here heading into the final period of play.
That is a very, very interesting set of circumstances. Shots on goal, 11-9, very close. The Jags had their chances, as you said, and I think that's pretty important stuff. We take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the third period of the Section 2AA final coming up for you on the OTSN.tv.
No one player or team is the same.
Each player has a routine, and every team prepares in their own way.
But when we come together
And take the ice.
We play one game.
However you get ready.
start with Total Hockey.
And welcome back to the third period now as we are underway. Edina Hornets and the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars as they do battle here at Braemar Arena. I was just asked in a text today, moments ago, if I was in hockey heaven.
You look like you're there.
You know what the response was? The cheesy smiley face.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely.
No words necessary.
Puck is played back behind the net. It's going to be Walker for Edina. We'll see if that last second goal by the Hornets, Dylan Malmquist, is a backbreaker or a motivator for this Bloomington Jefferson team. You know, they've really got nothing to feel ashamed about with their ability and how they've executed here today.
There's obviously a difference between 1 and 2 goals, though, and you know they got to feel like they've been playing tough. And to get a goal here early on would certainly boost their confidence in moving forward in this third period. Indeed it will. There's a pass picked up by the Hornets out of the zone. 15:52 to go here in the third period. Jags, Lindquist will play ahead. Hernan across the line, deflected wide of the cage. Azzo outlet left wing side. Pinching down on the check there was Freeze. Off the boards, Weiss through center. Played right wing side, Spicola.
And it's going to be turned and played back through by Weiss, but picked up by the Hornets' Matt Nelson, blocked again by Weiss. Very active has the senior co-captain been of this edition. Ryan Freeze with it. Weiss, long pass off the stick of Johnson, wide of the cage. Walker slides down. Looked like he was playing at the park there, made the play. Cover with it behind the net. And it's played back out of the zone by the Edina Hornets. We're at the 2-minute mark here of the period. In on goal. Martins makes the save off the Fiddler shot and transition back the other way. Johnson looks to take the pass from Cover. That fails to click. And it's played back in behind the Edina net. Walker plays that off the boards. It's going to be picked up by Lear, back behind the net for Walker. We've got a full slate of broadcast activity coming up for you here on the OT. Behind the net, we have some highlights coming up. We have plenty of games, a pair of semifinal ditties from the 5AA. That's going to play out at the State Fair Coliseum on Tuesday. The 2 and the 6AA final, with the 2AA final featured on KFAN. FM 100.3 as well. Absolutely, with a 30-minute pregame show produced by yours truly. Excited about that.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun.
Cross the line, played back in behind. Nelson with it, helps it along. Jordahl looks to play ahead. We're looking to wind ourselves into some semifinal matchups here in the 2AA today, as the winner of this will move on to play the winner of Burnsville and Prior Lake. Meanwhile, in the 6AA, you have Armstrong, the upstart Falcons, taking on the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. That's going to be at the Bloomington Ice Guard. There's a shot. They score! In off of Jordahl. Ooh, the self-check. And
it's
the
the go-to move
lead.
these days.
I think we got to get a little...
We don't understand it, but it's apparently the thing.
I don't understand the self-check.
I don't get it. Somebody's going to pop their shoulder out on one of these things.
Absolutely. Andy Jordahl gives his team the 5-2 lead as they get...
I've been really impressed by Jordahl today. I think this has been one of his better games offensively of the season. He's been everywhere on their line today and has really been more active in front of the net and around the net when he's usually been kind of more of a distributor this season. Really liked his game here this afternoon.
Puck is poked back through center. Andy Jordahl picks up the goal, as Connor Hurley has the assist, along with Dylan Malmquist. The big line again for Edina goes to work.
Jordahl's second goal of the game. He's only had 6 on the season coming in here. So a pretty impressive afternoon for him. And like I said, it's been more than just that. He's been active every shift and getting his line mates involved and just doing it himself.
You get Weiss on that puck right there as he plays that one through for the Jags. We'll get a look at that Jordahl goal on replay in a matter of moments as that plays ahead. That's going to be an icing call. Let's take a look at that one right now here on the OTSN.tv as Andy Jordahl puts his club up.
Nelson gets it started. Jordahl actually well, we're taking a look at something here.
Yeah, we're, you know what, overmatched on that one.
Yeah, it happens.
We'll take a look at it a little bit later. Now it's Walsh with it looking, and on goal he scores! Walsh goes 5-hole, and the Hornets lead 6-2.
The red light. Keep it on, red light district.
Ooh. And they start to head for the exits on the Bloomington Jefferson side as the 6th straight unanswered goal for the Edina Hornets comes to fruition.
Anthony Walsh getting on the board. His actually first goal of the season. Congratulations to him. He looks almost like he tried to kind of feed that across, but it does find the back of the net. Nice job by Walsh. I've loved his work all season. Great
let's take another look at that one. Slow this one down a little bit more for you.
Absolutely. It almost looked like Martins was kind of anticipating the pass there, and I think it just kind of slid under his pad as he was kind of looking to kind of gradually slide across to take that pass. But Walsh does a nice job putting in the net, and Edina comfortable now with a 4-goal lead here. 4 minutes into the third period, 13:04 to go in this one. and looking like they're on their way to advancing to Mariucci on Wednesday night.
Well, with that 4-goal lead, stranger things can happen here in the third period. Just heard from John D. St. Hubert, former member of those big squads. Very slick player, moves the puck with precision, giving me a hefty hello.
Good to hear from you.
Absolutely. Keep the cards and letters coming. Rung back around to the right wing side. Bach was there after Jeff Lindquist talked to his club about, you got to finish this thing one shift at a time. There's a lot of, oh, look out in the stands. A lot of time left back on that clock.
Taking Waldo out over there. Waldo's in the building. Do you spot him?
Yeah, I do. Nice.
You never know where he'll show up.
Got Wes Herman, Chris Angel, Todd Mulliken, Eric Vetch.
We've got our full crew here today.
See,
still scrambling to get our replays together.
Gordy Roberts is in the house.
It's awesome.
Shot
It's a fantastic day. If you care about the game of hockey in the state of Minnesota, you're going to be at one of two venues, and many times you try to get to both of them.
Here?
You try to get to both of them. Between the dance between Edina and Bloomington throughout the day is always a tricky one. How many minutes can you get the combined 4 games?
I think the biggest challenge is
you can get this one in.
Getting into the big is the hardest part because it's not as vast of a venue seating-wise.
Yeah.
That's issue number one.
And you really got to pick. You got to pick between the middle game.
Where are you going to park it?
Where are you going to park it?
Oh, that's the two stressful parts of that day. Here come the Hornets back in transition. Trailer, Hurley, Malmquist. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, they had Hurley, but here come the Jags back the other way in a hurry with Beek. Right wing side jersey flapping, looking like Mike Medano, circa 92.
Wow.
Crossed the line, checked on the play was Weiss.
Stanley
Now
Cup action.
Malmquist. Oh, absolutely. 1999 HPC Pavilion or whatever the heck it was called out in Buffalo. Brett Hull
Dominic
with the foot in the crease. Hasek.
Brett Hull.
Sent packing. Hull with the foot in the crease.
Legends.
They counted it.
Yeah, just legends in that one.
I'll never forget in that one, it was like, 4 or 5 overtimes, and they had one of the referees mic'd, and Mike Medano was there just exhausted for that 5th and final overtime. The guy said, well, Mike, you ready to go? That's what the official said to him. He goes, yeah, sure, had a couple of IVs, couple candy bars, let's go.
Ha ha. Beautiful.
Apparently they were IVing it up pretty hard there. They had to.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Well, when you
candy bars.
When you stop, when you stop sweating, you know it's over.
What do you go with there? Snickers?
Oh, Snickers. You got to go protein.
Yeah. Protein.
You got to high protein. Heard it. With it.
Well-rounded.
Yeah. Oh, there's a chance for Panvika down low. Janko's shot is blocked, and back up to center it goes. Good forecheck, good busy stick by Spicola as the puck is played to the near wing. Louis Nanny with 2 goals really got his club on the map. When they were down 2-0, his first 2 goals breathed life into his hockey club. The captain comes up big. There's a shot and a rebound and a nice save. Martins snuffs out.
Ooh.
Oh,
Munson
gets a couple of gloves.
That was the officials right there. There's a lot of, a lot of hands to that around the neck and helmet there. Yeah.
Oh, nice check there. Good defensive play by Graves as he gets position. Hernan. What a battle by the Jags. Penalty coming up. It's going to be on Munson. Probably and a slash on Walker. We're going to even it up. Boy, Jeff Lindquist had a power play opportunity to potentially half the lead, but instead a little undisciplined play in the corner was going to set us up with coincidental minors.
You see it more often than not in situations like this where a team can kind of see the finish line. Unfortunate to take the penalty there. That's going to be number 12 of the Jaguars, Panvika, excuse me.
I had the luxury of coaching him for a couple of summer teams.
Absolutely.
The quick hands. The kid's a magician. Right out of the phone booth. It's good stuff.
So we stick at 5-on-5 here with those coincidentals. matching Miners as we continue to wind down here, getting closer to the 10-minute mark here of the third.
Was that your attempt at play-by-play?
I'm doing my best, you know.
Puck was played back in behind.
I try to get it in where I can.
Handled by Nelson. They play ahead for Fiddler. Now it's Lear. It's 5-on-5. We are nearing the 7-minute mark of the third period. Down goes Walsh on the play there. Weiss throws the check up in the air and played down to the stick by the Jags, number 11, Charlie Bach. That's deflected away from traffic. Back on the stick for Nathan Wicklund. Comes away with it across center, plays that one in back behind the Edina net. Lindquist is there off the corner, plays back up high to the line. Janko will play that down. To the corner it goes. They look to the goal mouth area. What a save there by Benjamin. Checked there by Nelson off the corner. He's on Hernan. And the Hornets look to break it out of their own zone. Hurley fights through traffic, gains the line, stays on the puck. That's deflected off the stick of Wicklund and the carom back up to the near side. And we have a slash behind the play.
Yep. Hurley's going to go in frustration. A rare night without a goal for him, huh?
Well,
he's got a couple helpers.
Here's what it comes down to. You're going to be focused on, and you're going to have to find a way to get through it. And if you do get through it, you're just that much better.
Yeah,
no question. But he does have some helpers. After Nanny really eased the pressure from that line by putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, an undisciplined penalty there by Hurley as he's going to head off for 2 minutes. 9:11 remaining in this hockey game.
Hatch plays that one around. Louis Nanny will get that with the skate as he's pinned up on the wall. Tyler Johnson is there. They're going to clear the building for the 4 o'clock start.
Clear about.
A whole different ticket sale will bring on Burnsville and Prior Lake.
Should be a fun one there.
Puck is played back to the goal mouth area. Benjamin is there.
A couple neighboring suburbs there.
Rival. Conference. South Suburban.
Yeah.
Off the end boards by Hunt. Hornets are keeping this power play to the perimeter right now as the Jags work it low behind the net. Walking down to the right circle area there was Hernan. His shot was blocked as he's going to sit on it and play it left wing side. Back up high to Jacko Point. Traffic up off the top of the goal. They score! The Jags pull within 3 at 6-3.
Nice job really flooding the net there by the Jags. As Janko kind of starts it, he takes a shot from the point, bounces off the back wall and comes back. Let's take a look at it. You see the shot come in and nice work in front. As they tighten it up a little bit now, 6-3, 8:20 to go in this one.
Yeah, that's a big goal right there for Jeff Lindquist's squad as they can keep working.
Number 19, Austin Hunt, the senior forward, getting the goal on that one. That's his second goal of the game.
Check off the far wall. Martins is looking for a penalty. He's not getting it.
If they're going to call that Hurley penalty, I don't understand why that's not. Boy, uncharacteristic to do things like that. Certainly with a 3-goal lead, just the last thing you need to do is tempt the officials to make a call and put you in the box.
Well, you take what would be a 4-goal lead and turn it into trouble. Here comes a breakaway opportunity. That's Beacon on goal, and a big save made there by Benjamin. And Benjamin had to be big there, and Andrew Nealon was like looking at, oh my word.
We could have something brewing here.
Oh, stick slashed right out of the hand of Louis Nanny. How did that get there? If I'm Kurt Giles, I'm absolutely livid because here come the Jags back the other way. Look out, they're energized. Johnson plays it through. Here comes Nanny, leaves off right wing side. Malmquist puts on the brakes. Jordahl back for Malmquist, who walks, shoots. That one off Herndon to the far side. Picked up by Bach off the boards, back through center. Anderson is there as he's going to gather it in back behind the net. D to D they go. Walsh wanted the puck as he fades at center. Malmquist tries to clear, can't, and walking into that one is Johnson. Puck will be rung to the far wall. Walsh is there, bothered on the play. Hernan to center ice, pool cued back to center. And Wickland plays for Jocko off the stick in deep by Lindquist, and it's going to be Anderson to take over. Right wing side, Walsh. Jocko comes away, then blocked. To the front of the net for Panvika as his shot is blocked again. One-timer, fanning on it there. Fiddler comes together with Wickland as they play that one to the low goal mouth area. Oh, the Jags are buzzing here in the latter stages of the period, and a big save there by Benjamin. Back the other way comes Walsh. Gets away from the Wickland check. Stays on the puck. Quick move. Scores! With authority. What a move by Walsh.
Great
He
work.
finds Fiddler for the layup.
Using his strength, we've seen it all season long. A big body, and really just bounces off that check on the half wall. Continues to move his feet, and then has the patience to set up his line mate with a beautiful pass. Here it is. You see him just shrug it off. And Fiddler,
Someone forgot an
slam
assignment
dunk.
there. Somebody forgot the assignment there on Fiddler.
pretty play. And it's 7-3 as we've seen some of the characters that have not contributed much offensively to the Hornets this year.
Where'd the voice go there? Peter Brady. That was terrific.
You're quick to get me, aren't you?
Absolutely. Well,
Like a cat.
Cat-like. You know what? For the Hornets, the talk all year has been supplemental scoring. Getting the second and third lines contributing, and they've had all of them here today. 2 for Walsh and company. Here's a look in on goal as that's deflected. Munson tried to find Louis Nanny, and back to center it goes. Tyler Johnson.
Just when you see the Jags kind of starting to mount a little something.
It's a quick transitional goal or a turnover. That one's sent back into the net end.
That's where a majority of the Hornets' opportunities have come today, off those turnovers.
You gotta love the powder blue pads on the goaltender Mertens.
Hey, you know how I feel about them.
Martins, rather.
Can't get enough.
It's going to be Hurley to leave off up high for Nelson. That wide of Martins. There's a rebound. A big save there. Jordan was grabbing snow. He was ready to go for the self-check.
He's grabbing snow.
He was ready to go self-check, too.
That was going to be a first Hattie.
I've never seen that before.
He was going Hattie right there. He was looking for him already. He was ready to get showered.
With lids?
Yeah. Oh, love it.
Back the other way.
Grabbing for snow.
That one comes down low. Hatch is brought down on the play. The reality is you saw it too.
We did.
Malmquist plays ahead for Hurley. Tried to find Jordahl, and that's going to be picked up and played to center. On the stick for Bach, as it's going to be deflected back to the line. Down low, it's fired by Graves, and it's going to be Hatch to take over as he's bothered on the play. Little pass to the goal mouth area, picked off. Hornets now, right wing side. Jordahl takes it from Malmquist. Back behind the net it goes. Janko is there. He's going to be watched by Lear. Gets a stick in on him. Hernan is jammed on the boards. Walsh comes away with it. Hernan again. Battle ensues to the corner, and here comes Lindquist for the Jags. They trail by 4. It's 7-3. Off the side of the cage, 4:25. Wrap around. Benjamin makes the save.
The student battles are beginning here. They've been pretty quiet on both sides. They're getting a little bored. They'd like to finish this thing strong.
10 goals in this one.
Yeah, it's been a shootout, and it started from the get-go. Really on the Jefferson side with 2 in under 40 seconds.
We had our first chant of the night.
Yeah, it's picking up kind of out of nowhere.
Oh, Daddy's money. That's the go-to. You know, I always find it quite interesting. You live in prestigious West Bloomington or Minnetonka, and you throw out the Daddy's money chant.
And to a Hornet
That's a
fan,
classic.
You don't even feel that chant. I mean, you hear it so many times, you become immune to it.
Well, not only immune to it, it just opens up some other type of shot back the other way.
White trash retort.
Right wing side it goes for the Hornets. Boy, we're having a little too much fun here today.
We're getting loose, aren't we? We're opening it
well,
up.
This thing fell off the rails at 6-2. As it goes back to center, Nanny with it. But it is what it is at this point.
It becomes a comedy hour.
Spicula with a shot. Martins with the save.
Oh, boy. You got to love it.
3:20 to go in the period. We cleared the building out. That it's going to be Burnsville, Prior Lake. Are you staying for that one?
I'll be here. Where do you think I'm going?
I thought you were going to get a meal.
Where do you get a meal, huh?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're in.
We
were thinking Port Richards.
I was going to say, well, unless they've paid for sponsorship, we're not going to say which one it is, but that's okay.
Port Richards.
There's a wrister. Oh, a handcuff job on Martins as he makes the save.
I was thinking Eddington's potentially.
Little soup.
Little soup.
Cross center they go. Austin Hunt is there. Boy, they had a Wisconsin cheese.
Oh, that thing's killer.
Wow, it's a meal.
Oh, the wild rice?
And then, well, then you got to get the breadsticks, too.
Oh, my God.
Goodness gracious.
17 breadsticks.
Got to get a bag to go. Weiss with it.
Just gnawing on them all afternoon.
Oh, my word. Gumming them by the time you're it's going to be handled back the other way by the Hornets. Andrew Neal and unraveling before
Parmesan
our eyes.
just seeping from the veins.
Back down low for Hurley. His shot is blocked. Jordan off the post. No snow grab there.
No snow. He wants the Hattie. They're trying to set him up. 2:19 to go here. I'll make my first hockey comment here in the last few minutes.
You're sounding very Patrick Royce-like with the food reference.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Jordan with it. Side of the cage picked off by Weiss. Hornets in full trap mode. That one the length of the ice, icing the call. 2:05 to go here in the period. You know, it's quite interesting because for the Jags, the 2-0 lead, I made inference to the fact of when you're not expected to win, it's easy to go get a team that's not expecting you to win. Then when you get the lead, even within a game, there's a microcosm. Now you're expected to win. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And I think for what it really meant for the Hornets was Louis Nanny made a couple of plays that changed the game.
And that, you know, it speaks to what I really feel is just a calm resolve from this Hornets team all year. They've been a team.
Scores! Jado Lindquist. The Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars never say die. Trail by 3 at 7-4.
Continuing to battle. Very nice job there off the point. A rebound presented itself there in front of the crease.
Indeed it did, as now we get to change the scoreboard yet again. This is like a indoor lacrosse league game.
Are we at Excel for the Minnesota Swarm right now?
Well, they score like 30 goals a game.
Light the lamp. It's been red light district all day long. I love how they bring the red light in for the playoffs. It's my favorite new aspect of the playoffs.
Well, I like the red light, and I like the fact that the judge is behind it.
Oh, it's perfect. It's
as
so
opposed
show.
To, as opposed to in the press box like they are now at the XL Energy Center. Let's take a look at that Lindquist goal on replay for you.
Great job there. Thank you.
That.
Total Hockey replay.
Take another look one more time. The save. And look at that position. Good work there by number 1-6.
Very nice.
Your Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars.
Puts it upstairs. Lindquist, one of their more prolific offensive threats throughout the season. Does a nice job of getting a tally there. And like you said, Wags, never say die. Working.
Oh, a chance, and the puck was loose. The great opportunity there for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars.
Yeah, fortunate there for the Hornets that net came loose because there was another pretty easy goal I think that was coming up for the Jags. They had the puck out in the middle of the slot, and Benjamin was scrambling.
7-4. They got to score 3 goals in a minute 9. That's a lot of work for the Jaguars, but the one thing they've done is they've never quit through this one. You know, the Hornets
It's great to see.
Have the open net now as that's Spicola who takes a swing at that one, fails to click. Munson brought down by Weiss with a leg trip there, and back the other way they come with Janko. Gains center with 49 to go. Wine shoots that one wide of the cage. If I'm Kurt Giles, I'm a little concerned about the 4 I've given up. Left wing side and tapped in off the post. And it's Weiss with it, 32 to go at center. And that one's set back in wide of the cage. And that one's whistled down for an icing call with 28.5 to go here in the third period.
They are bidding them adieu in the Edina student section. Take a look at it. It's a unison.
Good to hear from Ken Pauley as he checks in before the pregame of his game.
A big matchup there with the surprise team of certainly the West Metro coming out of the first round, and the Armstrong squad knocking off the Eden Prairie Eagles.
We've seen the Eagles play great. We've seen them struggle. A redirect and a save there by Benjamin. And they're going to take it back behind the net. Weiss with it. 6 seconds to go wide of the cage. Lindquist again. Oh, that one nearly fouled the back of the net. And that'll do it as that ends the hockey game. And the Edina Hornets defeat the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars to move on to the Section 2AA final. We'll have it for you on the OTSN.tv and KFAN FM 100.3. The final score, Edina 7, Bloomington Jefferson 4. For Andrew Nealand, our entire crew. Griffin Moody running the show as your director. Tom Von Eschen on camera too. And working and playing hurt today, Paul Ranheim on camera number 1. I'm Pete Wagner. The final score, Edina 7, Bloomington Jefferson 4. So long, everybody.